Yo, what's up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So the return of Ryan Garcia has been announced. He is going to be fighting on the 9th of July and he shall be fighting Javier Fortuna. Now this was the fight that we expected to happen. It's been on the cards for quite some time now, but now it's officially been confirmed for July 9th. So I'm pleased that this fight has finally been confirmed. Now this fight, obviously Ryan Garcia is the WBC interim champion at lightweight, and Javier Fortuna is actually the WBC mandatory challenger. He's actually mandatory for Devin Haney, who holds the full belt. So sanctioning body BS aside, is this an interesting fight? Am I looking forward to it? I am. I'll be honest, I am looking forward to it. You know, Ryan Garcia, for better or worse, whether you like him or not, he is an exciting fighter, and I would say he's a very talented young fighter, albeit raw talents, but he's certainly exciting. And Javier Fortuna's a guy who likes to bring it, he likes to get rough and ready, and he'll always come to fight. So stylistically, when I look at both guys, and I've seen quite a few fights from both guys, when I look at both guys, I think it will actually develop into a good fight, a fun fight, and I think you'll get some good moments in this fight as well. Ultimately, going into this fight, I favour Ryan Garcia. He's the much bigger, stronger, faster man. He's a lot younger, he's fresher, and basically he's got the world at his feet right now. So I make Ryan Garcia a big favourite, but Javier Fortuna, in my opinion, has an interesting style for Ryan Garcia to contend with. Obviously, Ryan Garcia in his last fight answered a few questions in regards to his heart against Luke Campbell. He got dropped in that fight, had a bad start, but he rebounded to knock out Luke Campbell. That fight was a bit of a gut check for Ryan Garcia, and he answered certain questions. I think Javier Fortuna can ask some more questions of Ryan Garcia that potentially we don't know the answer to yet. I've been watching Ryan Garcia now for quite some time, a few years, and one fight that sticks out to me is his fight with Carlos Morales. Now this fight I believe was in 2018, I want to say, and in that fight Ryan Garcia actually struggled quite bad. Carlos Morales was a rudimentary basic pressure fighter, and he actually gave Ryan Garcia all he could handle in that fight. I believe it actually ended in a majority decision, but in that fight Ryan Garcia was getting tagged, and towards the end of that fight he gassed out. He could never really tame Morales' pressure in that fight, and I've not really seen Ryan Garcia fight a pressure fighter since then. So I am interested to see how Ryan Garcia deals with Javier Fortuna in this fight. Fortuna himself is a pressure fighter. He's a shorter guy who likes to come in low. He's very awkward. He's not scared to use the head, use the elbows. He'll try and rough you up and drag you into a dogfight. He is sometimes really hard to contend with. He is kind of awkward, like I said earlier. So it'll be interesting to see how Ryan Garcia deals with Javier Fortuna, especially if Fortuna can actually have long periods of time on the inside. I'll be interested to see how Ryan Garcia deals with that, to be honest, because like I say, I've not really seen Ryan Garcia fight a decent pressure fighter since Carlos Morales. And while Javier Fortuna isn't exactly the same type of fighter or the same type of pressure fighter as Carlos Morales was, I certainly believe he can ask some of the same questions that Carlos Morales asked. Only difference this time around is, has Ryan Garcia learned from that, and can he now contend with these certain problems? So I think Fortuna is definitely a good opponent for Ryan Garcia at this stage. Quite frankly, I don't think Fortuna's a bad fighter in general. I would say at best he's low-level top 10 in the lightweight division, maybe just outside the top 10. That's where I'd be ranking someone like Javier Fortuna. So he's certainly a fringe contender, maybe just inside the top 10. So I think all in all, it's a pretty good name for Ryan Garcia, and it is a pretty decent fight. But again, I favour Ryan Garcia being the bigger, stronger, faster man, the fresher man, the man who is the A-side as well, let's not forget. I think Ryan Garcia should win this fight, but I really wouldn't be surprised if he actually has some real trouble in this fight. I really wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. The thing with Javier Fortuna is that he probably isn't as durable as Carlos Morales. You know, Fortuna can be hurt, he can be knocked out. I don't think he's got the greatest chin in the world, and he is a guy who likes to really lunge in and take risks. You could easily see him walking onto that big left hook of Ryan Garcia, who's extremely quick with that shot, and he's got good timing with it. You could easily see Javier Fortuna walking into that shot I really wouldn't be surprised if it's one of those fights where Fortuna's giving Ryan Garcia hell for a few rounds, and then all of a sudden, he just walks into a big shot and gets levelled, like knocked out cold. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of those sort of fights, but yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this fight. Obviously, I would rather see Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, but these guys are not going to fight each other anytime soon. To tell you the truth, Ryan Garcia is the one who doesn't really seem keen on that fight, not for the time being at least, and in the meantime, Devin Haney's fighting Jorge Linares in a good step up, and I think Ryan Garcia's got a good fight as well, so yeah, good fights in the interim, but providing that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney get through their next fights, I think that's the fight that needs to happen next, badly, to be honest. I think that would be a great fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. But yeah, share your thoughts below. Am I being glass half full with this fight? Am I being over positive? Or do you guys feel the same way? Share your thoughts below. It's been your guy Del Boy. Peace.